beginning of this round we have 4 on the sewer system and we need 7 to move on to the next location. We got a gigantic spider in the shadows, a goblin warrior engaged with the Ironbreaker who is heavily wounded right now at 14. I mean, he still has 12, so he's just past halfway there, but it's time to do some resting and get some of those back. Our Way Watcher has 7 wounds, still leaving her with 14, so she's not quite to the halfway point yet. But the first thing I want to do with her first action is do an explore and hopefully get at least 3 successes, and I can move on to the next location after this round. So I will do Orion's Hunt and roll 2 dice. Be nice to get the exploration taken care of right here. Now it's possible. Get to re-roll 1. 1 more success. Oh no! The only dice, the only side that doesn't have a success, and I got it. Every other side has a success. Only 2 successes. I may have only got 2 successes, but I forgot. I had my Ritual Candles item. I can discard this card after this activation to add 1 progress to the location. That is going to come in really handy here. I got 2 successes, so I'll flip this one over for a total of 6 and continue on with Orion's Hunt and draw and resolve a dungeon card. Font of Flame, an event. Every few seconds a bright flame belches from the floor in the center of this room. The heat is unbearable. You may suffer 1 wound. If you do, an enemy engaged with you also suffers 1 wound. And this time I won't forget the little gold symbol in the bottom corner. So the Font of Flame, I don't have anyone engaged with me, so it said I may suffer a wound. I'm not going to, but I am going to draw a gear card. And it is an accessory. Before your activation, recover 1 wound. Limit once per round. 1 helm per hero. Oaken Circlet. Now I have to decide, am I going to keep that one and discard my stiletto? During your attack action, you may discard 1 success token to choose 1 target enemy engaged and its resilience. No, I think I'll take the Oaken Circlet and keep that one, because every round I'll be able to heal 1 wound. So I'll keep that one and discard the stiletto. Now items that are in the discard pile can also be gained, but we'll worry about that if that situation comes up. You may exhaust 1 non-nemesis enemy in the shadows. We're going to exhaust the gigantic spider. And that will be the end of her explore action. And that's the end of her activation, or her first activation. And we're going to go ahead and use these ritual candles and add 1 progress to the location. Discard that, and that will get us out of these sewers at the end of this round. Now we'll do the Ironbreaker's first action. I just noticed that I made an error and exhausted the shield wall, which cannot be exhausted from a creature's action. So I'll move this over to the explore action instead and let that go ahead and be exhausted. For his action, I'm going to use his rest, his stubborn resolve, and use both of the tokens. I may exhaust 1 non-nemesis enemy engaged with you. And this card we haven't looked at yet, so let me pick it up. Stubborn resolve. Again, I may exhaust 1 non-nemesis enemy engaged with you. Rest by rolling 2 dice. During the rest action, I can apply 2 shields. So that'll help protect me from this Goblin Warrior that's here, because he can only do 1 anyway. So we'll do Stubborn Resolve with 2 success tokens and 2 dice. I forgot that I could exhaust 1 non-nemesis enemy engaged with me, so that Goblin Warrior, I exhausted him, so I don't have to roll the black dice. It wouldn't have mattered unless I would have rolled the nemesis symbol, then I still would have had to take a wound. But we have 1 and another success. We get to re-roll and gain 2 more. So we ended up with 6, so I get to heal 6 wounds. That was a very effective rest action. Get 6 of those wounds off of him, take him back down to only having 8, which is good, which leaves him with 18 health still available. We will move back to the Way Watcher for our second round of actions. I could do the Deadly Shot because I have the 1 token on it to take care of one of these 2 creatures, but I don't need to mess with the spider because it is a non-nemesis enemy in the shadow, and we're about to leave the sewers, so we'll leave it behind. Only the Goblin Warrior is going to come with us. I could rest, but that's just going to give me some health back, and I'm not in a lot of danger right now. I'm going to use my Oaken Circlet before my activation to recover a wound this round. I'll take 1 of these wounds off, leave me with 6. I could use my locked chest after my activation and exhaust an action to get 2 more gear cards to see if there's anything I want to swap out with the Oaken Circuit, because I already used it this round. So if I do have something better, at least I got some use out of it. We're getting ready to move on to the next location. I want to take care of this Goblin Warrior because I don't want to take any monsters with us because we don't know what we're going to encounter. I'm going to use my second action to perform the Deadly Shot. That was my dog again, making a guest appearance. So I'll use a Deadly Shot, target 1 enemy, and attack with 1 die. I just need 1 success. And I got it. That 1 success and the success token is 2, and that is enough to take out this Goblin Warrior. Then she can ready all of her actions, and we'll move to the Ironbreaker for his second action. Not a lot of choice to be made here. The only thing he has left open is the Shield Wall, which is his aid action. So we'll roll 1 dice. Before the action, I may engage an enemy engaged with the target hero. There are no enemies engaged with the target hero, so we'll roll that 1 dice for the aid action. See if we can get some successes here to add on to our Way Watcher. We get 1. Better than nothing. We have the 1 action or success token we can add on to one of her actions. And either explore or attack. I'll go with the explore and let that help me in the next location, because we still have 1 more location after this one before we get to the final location, and we want to get that brought about and start working on it before we start dealing with this red action for the Nemesis, because that can end up finishing the game quickly. Okay, we're all set with that. Target hero may ready 1 action. she has no actions, so I don't know what I'm thinking about there. And then he can ready all of his actions. Now we've got a clean slate. We're all ready to go for the next round. That takes care of all the player actions. And now we get into the enemy phase. The enemy phase this time is very easy. The Way Watcher, being the first player, would select the only creature out there, which is a gigantic spider, who is exhausted. So no enemies get to go. Then we move right into the location phase, and we have 7. That is enough for us to leave the stinky sewer system and draw our next location, the Confounding Stairs. A chamber with many exits. Some go up, some go down. Choosing the correct path will be difficult. At the end of the location phase, discard 1 progress from this location. We're going to spawn 2 to the players and then put 2 in the shadows. And we need 6. And we got to do this one fairly quick because it loses 1 every location phase. This gigantic spider that was in the shadows will be discarded. First player, Way Watcher, will get a giant bat, a giant elite bat. Does 1 damage, has 2 health and no resilience. And the second creature, which will engage the Iron Breaker, is another gigantic spider with 1 health, with 1 damage, 3 health with no resilience. And then we will get 2 creatures spawned into the shadows. Conduct our peril phase, which will move us into the blue section. The peril phase has taken us into the blue event. I warned you. Grump leaps from the darkness, his blade flashing. Ain't nothing for your ear. Spawn Odious Grump, if he's already in play, which he is not. Regardless, he activates and readies. Our nemesis, Odious Grump, leaps out of his lair to the active player. He spawns and activates, so he will inflict, which is 2 damage, on the Way Watcher. And then he prays. The enemy engages the hero with the most wounds. She has 8. He has 8. I have to look and see what the tiebreaker is for that. I imagine he would just stay here since it's a tie, but let me check to make sure. I didn't find anything specific in the rulebook that would refer to the pray action and if there was a tie. So I'm going to go with, since he's already here engaged, there's no reason for him to move. They both have the same amount of wounds, so he'll just stay where he's at. That'll end the peril phase. We're at the Confounding Stairs. Our final location is here. We got to get through this one quickly before it starts taking tokens off of itself, so I'll probably use this Explore with the 2 tokens on it and her Explorer in the next round to maybe just get through this one before it even has a chance to do that. We'll find out if we can be able to do that in our next round.